It's a fun Tuesday edition of the CHGO Bears Podcast. We got ODK. We're going to be looking at some of my great takes and Carm's bad takes. It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun. And exciting news that has to do with the draft. It's all coming up right now. CHGO Bears. Let's go. Welcome into the CHGO Bears Podcast presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it is never ordinary at Bet365. Welcome into the show. That's right.
Middle seat.
Middle seat Hoge.
I know how much you love the middle seat on flights.
Yeah. It grew on me so much. If I had this much room on a flight, I would sit in the middle seat every time.
I think there's a large majority of people that if they were in the middle seat on an airplane with Carman and me on each side, that would be their worst nightmare.
Yes, that would be me.
Well, I'm having a really
it's like a weird 5% that would be all in for that, and then the rest of the people.
I mean, 4 years in, we were just starting to get a rhythm, and now we're just switching it all up today. It's a big-time risk. I feel very lonely away from Greg, but I do.
Well, here's what it is. It's a one-day trial because we like to serve our audience. And yesterday on the show, Briggs has been here on Mondays, and I've sat in the middle on Mondays with you driving the show, and everybody in the chat was saying they liked it. So we're going to see how it works. It's a little bit of a different dynamic with Greg here. Now it's more of a me separating you two thing.
Which is probably smart.
It might. I think it'll pay off. I'm optimistic.
Well, and tomorrow you're at Hallis, so I get to sit here and do what the normal role of this chair does. And then Thursday, Gregory and I will be bonded in a way that we've never been bonded before because I just see our relationship growing so much, although Steven wants to – it might be a little threatening to Steven after they went to Vegas together, and that was a big trip for them, and I felt left out. But now we should do the show. We're here to talk Bears.
God, I love that mute button.
So far, it's not working very well. Okay. All right. Well, here's a couple things to tell you about off the top. Don't forget Sunday. I was about to say it would be interesting what it all looks like on a Sunday post-game show. We're not going to be in here on Sunday. We're going to be at Joe's on Weed, and we want you to be with us. Joe's on Weed Street. It's a great place. Joe's Bar.
Street on the back end of that thing.
What?
You're like, we'll be at Joe's on Weed. I think you should throw the street in there.
Okay. This is a disaster so far, Greg. Why did we switch seats?
It's the guy on the window seat.
Yeah.
The aisle seat guy being completely normal. Window seat guy.
How do you know you were not on the other side of the plane?
Window seat car.
See the window over there? You're the window seat.
There's windows over there, too.
No, but
There's
you're the window
windows
seat.
right over there.
Just calm down.
All right. Go stand out in the rain on the balcony right now. Anyway, come out on Sunday. We're going to have a great time. Lance Briggs is going to be there. Corey Wooten's going to be there. Jerry Zuma's going to be there. I have some ideas we haven't even discussed internally to kind of spice this thing up. So come on out. It's only $10 to get in, which is huge. Great venue to watch a Bears game for $10. If you'd like, you can add on a drink package that'll take care of you 4 hours of your entertainment for the day, but it's not necessary. I believe that drink package also comes with a reserved seat up close towards the stage. So it's a great time. It's going to be a fun game. I've already been looking ahead to the Ravens. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And then if for some reason you can't come out Sunday, or if you can and you still want to do something else on Tuesday, Hogan Johns, we're doing our first live recording in like 4 years or something. I don't think we've done one since I came to CHGO. This is happening Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. at the Chicago Brew House on the Riverwalk. If you've never been down there, the Riverwalk, shout out to Chicago because they fixed the river. People are swimming in it now. Greg, you should come to the show and jump in the river.
If the Bears beat the Ravens, I might do that.
Oh. Now we got extra incentive. I love it. It might be a little chilly, but if it is, they got heat lamps. They got the whole thing covered. It's going to be a great time. Football weather on the Chicago River Walk.
Was that real or was that not real? Are you going in the river if the Bears win?
Well, okay, if Lamar Jackson plays and the Bears beat the Ravens, that's a different kind of bet.
Is that it?
That's a river jump.
That's a river jump.
If Lamar plays and the Bears win, are you going in?
We'll see.
That's a
because
no.
it's kind of dangerous. I have no problem getting in the river as a bit, but the only issue I'd have is like the danger of it. People drown in that. You don't. What do you always say, Hoge? What do you always say about water safety?
Yeah. Don't F with water.
Don't F with water.
Don't F with water. It is very dangerous.
this?
Lake Michigan is dangerous. The river right by the river walk. Now, they might have laws about jumping in. I'm not sure. But you'll be fine.
There's a little area right there where you could at least put your feet in. Will you put your feet in and do a video?
Of course, I'd put my feet in, but we're talking full Monty in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Luke's got a
says
great
life
point.
preserver.
Life preserver,
Yeah.
and just float out to
We'll
Lake
cover the
Michigan.
liability of it.
We'll float you out to Lake Michigan.
All right, that water's pretty cold. He won't survive that. It's a dip. It's an in and out dip.
He's got a good base to work with. He can survive.
He
for
does
a while.
threaten that he's going to drive his car to Lake Michigan all the time. So, maybe we could see some. All right, let's get into the show, guys. We thought we'd have fun in this first segment. I am going to break down some Caleb Williams tape for you in our second segment. But we are going to take the temp, as we like to do with our trusted local experts at Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com. Go there for all your special offers and money-saving coupons. That's FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com. Now's a great time to get your furnace tuned up. Things been running a little bit the last couple days as the temperatures plummeted here in Chicago. Fall has arrived. We're going to take the temp on some of our good and bad takes from the season so far. Some of these kind of stretch into the offseason, but now that we've got a 6-game sample size, significant sample size to actually look at kind of what's playing out this season, we're going to do good take, bad take the temp on some of the things we've been saying throughout the season. Who should go first? Steven?
Well, I guess the question is, do we start with the good or the bad?
Well, I'm going to do my good and then bad. We'll go one by one like that. How about
now
that?
the way I have the graphics are
we gotta do it
good first, then bad.
Follow the graphics, Hoge. You need to get more on point.
It's fine. It's
I think
communication.
for the flow, let's save the graph. Okay, let's all go good, but let's not put the graphic up until we're done each talking about it. Then we don't give anything away. Does that make sense?
That's fine.
Capiche. Okay. I like this middle spot.
Capiche. This is a new level of Hoge.
All right, so I'm going to take my victory lap here. I want this to be very clear. I like Colson Loveland. I had him ranked 15th on the draft board. I still think he's going to be a good player, and I'm very encouraged by what he did on Sunday. Can we all just accept that? That's good?
No
feel
problem.
a butt coming on.
Well, the but is that what I can take my victory lap on, I'm pretty sure that safely already. In my good take, as we take the temp on our takes, my good take was that I had Tyler Warren ranked 6th overall in our Bears 100. And he has 33 catches for 439 yards.
Who's throwing him the ball?
Daniel Jones
Exactly.
is throwing him the ball.
Take another victory lap. Go ahead.
He looks like Gronk. He might actually be an all-pro, and that's not even out of the question. Steven was looking at some of the options at all-pro this year. It's on the table for Tyler Warren. He's at least a Pro
I think
Bowler.
he's top 3. So between, you figure, Trey McBride, who he's up there. He just scored 2 touchdowns against the Packers. And then, Tyler Warren on there. And then Jake Ferguson's probably first-team All-Pro if the season ended today for the Cowboys.
I just want to underline everything Steven just did right there. He popped in with a take. He flipped the cameras off of the 1 shot into the 3 shot, and then he nailed his on-air. Nicholas, raise now. That was a great job. Like that? Trying to get in your.
You're just trying to make up for earlier. Yeah, I know what you're doing.
I'm trying to make a recovery. Good job on Warren, Hoge. Well done.
Well, it's just, he's a good player. So, Brax, you go. What was your good take?
For me, the easy one for me is that Rome Odunze would be wide receiver 1 for this team. He had a touchdown taken away in the Washington game, so that messed up his streak. Didn't have a great showing in the Saints game, the passing game across the board didn't. But overall, Rome Odunze is easily clear and away the number one option for this Bears passing game offense, and he's showing why. He's a great route runner. I understand the hands haven't been there at times as much as fans want to. I still trust Rome Odunze's hands, and I want Caleb Williams to continue to throw him those contested catch opportunities. Last year, he showed that. Throughout his college career, he showed it. So he can have some drops, and I'll give him that leeway. Now, obviously, he needs to clean it up, but Rome Odunze scoring a touchdown in his first 4 games to start the year was fantastic. Again, it should have been first 5 games to start the year. He's on track easily to clear double-digit touchdowns on the season. So I told you guys at training camp that Rome Odunze was going to be the number one option on this team, even though you have some great options across the board, and that has come to fruition. So what we saw at camp has translated here in the regular season, and that's been fulfilling.
Really good job. Liked it. And I mean, you were the guy that was jumping up and down with Junior at when they drafted him at Joe's on Wheat Street, where we'll be on Sunday. So you've earned this. You've been there. You've been in it from the beginning, and it's paying off. Congratulations. I mean, it was so hard for me to pick my good take because there's just been an endless amount of them, and I was like, well, which one are we going to go with?
We actually had problems with this in the pre-show meeting, if we're being honest.
Disagree.
We were searching.
Well, so I just thought about the way I could be most creative with it, and one of my brilliant things this year that you guys didn't really like was my Dio. Oh, dang, Bo, which was I hope we were getting, or are we going to get Dio? Oh, dang, Bo. And unfortunately, it's been that.
It's the second weird one.
It's the second.
Both are weird, but it was the weirder one.
We were hoping for one. We're getting 2. I just said, what is the chance that Ryan Poles identified a guy who had 3 sacks last year, and granted, he does have one season with the Colts where he had 8, but last year he had 3. What's the chance that we just identified a guy who was not being used properly and he was just going to pop off in Chicago? And I was hoping, like we all were, that he was right. But so far, Dio has been the, dang. Oh.
And I think we should be fair here. It's 6 games in. There's a lot of football to be played. There's 11 games. And, we're already seeing, like for instance, Rome has kind of dipped the last couple games. I think they are going to try to get DJ Moore the ball. In my case, I am being genuine on this. I am bullish that Colson Loveland's going to get going this season. So I it's not like an anti-Colson Loveland take, but when you see what Tyler Warren's doing already, it's really, really impressive for a rookie tight end. It just doesn't happen very much. And in your case, Carm,
it's early.
Maybe Dio still turns it around.
Absolutely. And look, if you, as we mentioned on yesterday's show, he was on the field the most of any defensive lineman. So obviously the Bears, they're not subbing him out as much. So Sweat spent more time on the bench. So did everybody else. Dio was out there. The production hasn't been there. He is tied for 137th in the NFL with 1 sack.
Yep. So those are your good takes. Tyler Warren, Dio Adengbo, Rome Odunze, all for sort of different reasons. Let's get to the bad takes.
Hold up. I got mine as well.
Oh, I'm sorry, Steven.
Steven is on this show, Hoge.
Well, I don't know. Greg
You're really
put him
trying
on the
to
graphic.
suck up to me now, huh?
Yes. I wouldn't be here without Steven.
So I'm going to go back to our draft grade show. And, this panel, I believe the grades ranged from a B+ to an A-. And there was one person.
Like every other draft grade
that
ever exists.
Exactly. One person on the show, though, said that they weren't as bullish as everybody else. And here is that smart, handsome person.
Our producer, Steven, I think he has a different take on this draft.
Yeah, I really do. For me, it was a D. I don't think they addressed all their needs. I think tight end was a bit of a luxury pick with the number 10 overall pick. My favorite pick of the draft was Luther Burden, but was wide receiver the biggest need there in the second round? No, it wasn't. I needed a running back or an offensive tackle, and Ariante Ursary was staring us right in the eyes. Later on in the draft, I'm going to be honest, I hadn't heard of Ruben Hippolyte before. I'm just being real. Chris Paul Jr. was a linebacker that was right there for them if they wanted him. With that said, despite giving them a D, I'm going to hold out full judgment because this is a Ben Johnson-led team now, and he hasn't given me any reason not to believe him so far. So I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to let it play out, and I'm going to be patient. But today, on April 28th, it's a D.
Hold on. That was great, but you messed up cutting it because you really should just have cut it right after I've never heard of Ruben Hippolyte and left it.
I love that Barb had the comment on the screen.
Yeah.
And a shot at Greg during that.
Yeah.
You know, I say that.
Never mind the fact she's making fun of me, my mom, about my bad grades in school. And, you were a teacher for 40 years. So maybe as my mom, you might have had something to do with that here. I think you played a part, Barb. And my dad, 40 years as a teacher as well, 35 or whatever.
Yeah.
75 years of teaching in the house, and I barely graduated high school.
Hey, Barb,
but I did end up sitting next to you guys, so maybe she did do something right.
Well, and Barb, I got your back. Look, you can lead a horse to water. You can't force him to drink. I'm sure you tried. And, I mean, listen, we do it every day, and it's impossible. He's going to do what he wants to do.
You're damn right. So it wasn't her fault. It was totally my fault.
I give that take, and everyone in the live show comments, everyone in the post show comments is just coming after me. Dude gave the draft a D grade overall.
He's got receipts.
CHGO hires nothing but the best. Clown. Thanks, Marco. Then we got Cloud Chaser Radio. So Steven just showed us today he don't know ball. A D is just showing he hasn't watched the film on the players and only wanted players he's heard of. Casuals.
Imagine if
apologize.
Apologize is right.
Here's what I'll say.
To me.
Here's what I'll say though to this, and then maybe we'll take a break and go to the bad. I know we're moving things around here, but I do think that with your Tyler Warren thing, there's nothing to take away from Tyler Warren. He's having a fantastic rookie year, so your evaluation of him was on point. But anybody sitting here saying, drafting Colston Loveland and Colston Loveland is going to be a bust, I think that's an early victory lap. Let's have Colston Loveland become the featured tight end and have an opportunity. He's blocking his ass off here throughout this season, and in this last game, he's been injured for a few games. He has all the ability. If you watch on tape, he is getting open. The ball just hasn't come his way yet. And then I also think from the draft grade standpoint, and that's fair to call that out, Steven, but I do also think that that's an early victory lap. We're 6 games into this.
It's what I said at the end of the video as well. Like, hey, I'm still at this point, I'm still gonna hold out hope that they get this thing right. But I mean, right now, ALLCITY Trapillo isn't seeing the field. Ruben Hippolyte's inactive. And thank God for Colin Nungai and a 7th round pick doing that last week. That's a big boost to this grade right now. But and Luther Burden, who I'll still say this, like I think he was the best pick of that draft. I need to see more of him on the field. I need to see him get more touches.
Right.
And we haven't seen that.
Ruben is definitely fair, but like you look at Colston, maybe they shouldn't have drafted a tight end at 10. That's a different conversation than is Colston Loveland a good player. Luther Burden, maybe they shouldn't have drafted a wide receiver to start the second round. That's a different conversation than is Luther Burden a good player. ALLCITY Trapillo, maybe they shouldn't have drafted him not being able to find a spot for him on the offensive line. That doesn't mean that ALLCITY Trapillo can't be a good player in this league. So let's let these things play out, but that's going to take time, and we're going to have to find out.
I know that we consistently run around in circles on the show to try to soften when we have a take, but it's one of the great things that we do here to try to make sure that all Bears fans are happy, which is an impossible task. But hold on. But obviously, it's 6 games into an NFL career. No one is burying any of these guys, so I hope that that's understood.
I want to be wrong, too. And I want them to all be great.
Steven does know who Ruben Hippolyte is now.
You know.
I do. But nobody else outside of Chicago seems to because he's not playing.
I will say for good takes as a team that we can say this now, and it is relevant, and it isn't piling on Justin Fields. But the good from us as a team was that we're not going to trade for the Hall and keep Justin Fields as the quarterback. And it was draft a quarterback, trade Justin Fields was the correct move. And, we're 2 years removed from the civil war that was amongst Bears fans in that offseason that I'll never forget or want to forget. But regardless, if you're seeing all the stuff that's coming out, the Jets are 0-7. I understand the Jets are a trash can of a team, and Fields was 4-2 last year with the Steelers with a better organization. That being said, we can completely put to rest TP3 and anybody else and the many others.
We did the moment of silence the other day.
I'm just saying, you see Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets, come out today and flatline, which was...
I mean, that was incredible. Some of the strongest comments you're ever going to see an owner say about a player. And by the way, he's also wrong because the Steelers went 4-2 with Justin Fields last year. So it's not just all the quarterback. But that being said,
I'm not here for the dunk on Justin. We were right takes, but
yeah, but I'm here to report the news. And that what Woody Johnson said was, if we could just complete a pass, it would look good.
Right.
Which is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
And that's where I am saying it is relevant. I mean,
Yeah.
Justin got benched here last week. And so this has been an ongoing conversation for a few years.
Yeah.
That conversation's over. So own up to our wrongs. Plenty more we could talk about of things we got wrong, but those were things we got right.
One thing we did learn in that first segment is that me sitting closer to Greg does not get him any closer to him paying attention to your break.
You can't blame me when you added your whole thing in there.
That was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, you can't blame me.
It was 15-14
Can't blame
on the
me.
clock.
We
I
were
saw
ready to
it.
take a
You
break.
can't blame him.
Then you added.
hey, shout out to our friends at Bet365. You are a winner with their early payout offer if your team goes up by 17 points or more, which did the Lions do that last night? They did not, but they were right there. It was
some
got
close
to
calls,
15. There we go. So no, you wouldn't have gotten paid, but
So you wouldn't have been a winner there. You would be a loser.
you would be a loser, but you will win on.
What about the Giants game the other day? That might have been.
Yeah, you could have cashed on the Giants and then they went on to lose the game 33 points in the fourth quarter. Breaking news from Bet365. Yes, what you do right now is you get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5 win or lose. You sign up, use the code CHGO365. You deposit $10. You place a bet for $5. And yes, 200 bonus bets instantly into your account. If your bet wins or loses, player props, futures, or more spreads, it's all there for you whenever the moment. Never ordinary at Bet365. You do have to be 21 or older if you or somebody you know has a gambling problem. Crisis counseling referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER in-app only.
You know, I heard through the grapevine that the Blackhawks guys were calling some drinks soft out there.
Not RC Cola.
They might be right. I think I have to agree with them because we know one thing, that RC Cola is not a soft drink. It's just damn good cola. It's the original cola that does not fold under pressure. RC is an OG cola in a world of spineless soft drinks. And RC is so good, we have so much of it here that even if somebody steals one, it doesn't matter. There's just another one there. There's no trends, there's no gimmicks, no glow up. RC hasn't changed the stripes since 1905 because it didn't need to. It's the same bold, crisp flavor it's always been. RC Cola tastes like a punch in the thirst. So do yourself a favor. Grab some RC at your local store for all your football parties, whatever you got going on, like Griffin House. RC is the move
November 8th, come on over.
for whatever you're doing. All righty, let's get to the bad takes. So anybody upset in that first segment, you can dunk on us now.
Whoever just dunked on me that had the Jets in the playoffs, congratulations on that, because I did make them as my seventh team as a sexy hope for Justin Fields thing.
I
They're the
forgot
only
you-
winless team, right?
Yeah.
One of the worst calls of all time. Great job. That's a good bring back right there. Now you can talk about my brilliance.
Now, my NFL picks for the season are looking pretty good right now, but I did have the Cardinals in the playoffs. That was not good.
Or
That
the
was not good.
predictions that the Lions might take a step back without Ben Johnson and some of their offensive linemen missing. They shut everybody up with that.
That was-
I was
that's a
definitely
good one.
in that category where I thought they would take at least somewhat of a step back from what they were with 70 touchdowns they
I
haven't.
think Jets in the playoffs is dead. I think that.
Yes.
I had the Ravens winning the Super Bowl, so at 1-5, they're not there yet.
The over-under on the Jets right now on wins is 3.5, and I think you'd be insane to bet the over.
That's a crazy bet to bet the over. Come on.
No. All right, so here's the bad Bears takes, though. And mine, I will start. I not only defended the Grady Jarrett signing, and it's really more about the money. I still think it's a good – I don't think it's a bad signing, but 3 years, $42.75 million with 28.5 guaranteed. You still got 13 guaranteed next year. The bad part of this was me saying that I thought he would be better a year removed from the knee injury. That's I was like, you take a year away, like this is going to be worth it. Maybe you're regretting a little bit next year, but he should be. And I still think he brings a ton of value from a leadership perspective, but
No, that was a stupid take.
that was a lot of money for a guy that is dealing with what injury, Carm?
I I don't know. Didn't he have surgery on his knee, or he's limping around? He can't move. He just I'm really rooting for Grady Jarrett.
He's
again.
dealing with a knee injury, and he's struggling to play.
Yeah.
So, whoopsie.
Fingers crossed.
Greg?
Okay. Year 2 Grady. That's how I'd be focusing on if I were the Bears at this point.
Yeah, definitely hate to see that for Grady because he's been a great leader, at least at camp and stuff. Somebody that can be a culture builder when he's out there. But for me, I think we all know which one is my worst take of the offseason, and that was how defiant I was that Ozzie Trapillo was going to win the left tackle job. And, admittedly, probably blinded a little bit by how much I wanted to move on from Braxton Jones. And so that was validated.
That part you got right.
That part was validated, but not seeing, obviously, to see the light on Theo Benedict would have been a hell of a call. So I don't think anybody saw that coming. But
The Bears
ultimately,
didn't even see that coming.
Ultimately, as much as I wanted to project Ozzie Trapillo as the left tackle, he had to earn it. And he simply did not. And that is just the bottom line. I still think he has a lot of ability. He came in for the Raiders game and held his own when Max Crosby was going absolutely berserk in the first half. You didn't hear his name as much. But, hey, if Ozzie Trapillo is going to find his way onto the Bears offensive line, he's going to have to, really step up. So at this point, he's a backup offensive tackle, and I don't think that's exactly what Ryan Poles had in mind when they drafted him in the second round.
I mean, you're not completely dead. They could flip Darnell over to the left side next year, or I don't know if the Benedict.
I don't think you're dead that he can be a good player, but Greg had him winning the left tackle job.
Yeah, I mean that's dead.
That was
dead in about August 2nd.
Real quick, couple good comments. Pat Norton, our guy here at CHGO, saying I couldn't be on the show today because I've never had a bad take.
That's true. Norton's on point. It's unbelievable.
It's a good point by Pat. And then Matt Nagy.
Bad decision for him to show me where he hides his whiskey in this office.
Yeah.
You found the Norton whiskey?
Wow.
It's good too.
Suspect list.
I was just about to say it.
Suspect list.
Yep.
Well, I don't drink Starbucks drinks.
I don't drink
know.
Starbucks. I drink whiskey though.
This wasn't like a coffee, but we'll
famously known
we'll get
for
to that later.
drinking whiskey.
One of the great.
Yeah.
What kind of whiskey are we talking over there?
It's called like Angel Rose or something like that.
Angel's Envy.
Angel's Envy. That's what it was.
Got the envy somewhere in this office?
That's really good stuff. I like it.
I won't tell you where though.
It was actually the other Matt Nagy comment a little farther up. He brought up how Greg had a great take a year ago or 2 years. I don't remember what year it was. Chase Claypool being the greatest training camp.
At what point are we allowed to put this take to bed?
No, that was
Because I stand by it, and we don't need to go on a
You're not
complete
standing by that.
tangent.
No,
I said he was dominating the first 10 days of camp. He was. He had a bunch of touchdowns. I had said nothing about what he'd do in the regular season. I was just reporting on what I saw
It was
at camp.
implied.
somebody.
Yeah, that's like Carm denying the thing you said in the pre-show meeting that I'm not going to bring up on the air.
Thanks. I don't even know what it is.
I don't even know what it is. What was it?
About
No, don't.
who was going to get benched
Gonna get benched.
early in the season.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. No, I didn't bring it up.
Not even true. That gets on why you didn't bring it up. All right, can I do my bad one? Well, and again, it was very hard for me to think of anything that I got wrong because we all know that I've never gotten anything wrong. But
What are you? What? Why is it?
What's in your ass? Oh, it's your takes.
I have to bring it out. My guy.
That's fantastic.
I still love him, and I still believe in him, but I didn't have on my dance card that the Bears should have been playing Noah Sewell the entire time that Jack Samwer was here, apparently, because that dude can play. And the Sand God has not landed properly in Dallas, even though he's out there and playing in the middle. And I don't know, that perhaps that wasn't the best spot to put him in, Matt Eberflus. But the Sand God has not been godly this year. If you had told me that he'd be this bad and or be in the Pro Bowl, I would have said Pro Bowl. So 57.
Bad take.
It was a bad take.
But okay, I'm gonna
I'm
gonna defend this a little bit. They are playing him out of position. What he is he's a good Sam linebacker who can play as a backup in the other spots, and they're trying to make him, a starting Mike. I haven't watched the Cowboys defense in a couple weeks now, but
they're picking on Jack Sanborn.
Yeah, they are, and it's kind of been the story from the start of the season. So if the take was the Bears are going to miss Jack Sanborn,
that was the take.
That was the take, and that was a wrong take.
That take has been
because he's so cheap. They could have kept him.
They couldn't keep him for $1 million, Ben.
Steven's got a very specific one to close.
Yeah, and I'll
out.
do it quickly so Braggs doesn't yell at me for delaying an ad break that he's delaying.
Yeah, Fran's waiting on us.
Yeah, okay. I was pounding the table for Damian Martinez in the draft, and currently he's not on a team. There's some murmurs of there being character issues there. I don't know if that's true. Beats me, but I think it's pretty telling that he isn't currently on an NFL roster. He was released from the Seahawks practice squad, and he's available for hire if anyone's interested.
Well, and I will say I know I went at the Fields people, to throw them a bone, to flip it on its head for the bad take, at least for me. I won't speak for these guys. But
Fran's waiting. But
I will say it's just kind of a symmetry of the first segment in terms of us. Yes, we were right that you don't take the haul, you draft Caleb Williams, you don't keep Justin and take the haul. But on the other end of that spectrum, I did say I felt Caleb was more ready, NFL ready, and that's what I was telling fans going into last season. And while I think the sky is the limit in terms of what Caleb Williams' potential is in this league, especially with Ben Johnson as his play caller, there is more of a developmental process that I was not anticipating when we drafted him. And I'm embracing that developmental process, but it, to me, has been a longer road, and it still is a road we're on right now. But I'm certainly encouraged about everything we're seeing here in these first 6 games.
We'll dive into a little bit more Caleb after we talk to Fran Duffy, some of the accuracy issues in our ODK segment. Fran is here because he's our draft analyst, and we got exciting draft news for the upcoming draft season, which for one time in our lives on October 21st, we're not really too concerned about. That's a good feeling to have, but we are going to tell you all about because this is going to be super helpful as you watch football the rest of the season. Little teaser for you. That's coming up next, but first.
Hey, I got some bad news, ladies and gentlemen. Winter is just around the corner, but the question is your home up for the challenge? If you have a plumbing emergency, who do you call?
Four Seasons.
That's right. If you have an electrical emergency, who do you call?
Four Seasons.
If you need a new hot water tank installed today,
Four Seasons.
Call Four Seasons all day. Now is the time to schedule your Four Seasons furnace tune-up right now. Furnaces start at $39 a month, and furnace AC combos from $57 a month. Save up to $4,000 on furnaces and comfort systems with Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric has been serving Chicagoland for over 50 years. Your trusted local experts. So visit FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com for all their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com.
That's right. And if you are looking for some deals sweeter than candy this Halloween season, you need to go to Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake. Come in today to shop the No Tricks, Just Treats sales event and drive home with 0% financing, $0 down with no payments until 2026, which is the year the Bears will win the Super Bowl, and 0 hidden fees on select new Chevrolet models. Or you could check out their selection of over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. Starting to see why you got in that car accident. Hey, don't miss out. Their No Tricks
Great service department. Thank you, Ray Chevy.
Just Treat sales event going on all month long for 0% financing, $0 down with no payments until 2026, and 0 hidden fees on select new Chevrolet models. Shop Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake or raychevrolet.com. They got that race price promise. You're always going to shop confidently because Ray Chevrolet, they've been serving the community since 1963. Together, let's drive. Quick news item, just seeing this come across. Kevin O'Connell saying it'll be another Carson Wentz week.
Soft benching.
J.J. McCarthy still not there.
It's definitely a soft benching. Terrible draft pick. Minnesota never going to be good.
Wasn't he the emergency quarterback this past week? So it's kind of surprising.
He was the
It's a short week though. They play tomorrow night, so
Fair.
I don't know. All right. Oh wait, no, 2 nights. I keep thinking it's Wednesday. What is wrong with me?
Get Fran on the show.
I did put Victory Tuesday on our tweet last night after.
Fran Duffy is our NFL draft analyst, or All-City draft analyst. We love him. He does a phenomenal job, and we are bringing him on today because we got exciting news, Fran, don't we?
We sure do. I'm excited. First of all, great to see you guys. I'd say it feels good to be in your presence again, even virtually. But big news, man. Yeah, the 2026 draft guide is now available for all of our diehards. So make sure you become a diehard if you're not already. Take advantage. Go on. Look, I've been watching players honestly since the beginning of May. And so I've got about 150 reports, like full scouting reports written up on players, and it's just growing and growing and growing. I just did the Notre Dame running back Jadarian Price last night for the first time. I wanted to get a bigger sample, so studied 3 games, put it in. He cracked my top 50. I hit publish, and it's in there. So literally, you can travel through this journey to the 2026 NFL Draft. Come on that journey with me, literally step for step. As I make updates, you get them live right to the draft guide.
I mean, this is awesome for a million reasons, but if you are, we always say this during draft season, if you become a diehard or on the fence of becoming a diehard, or if you already are a diehard, this alone is worth the price of being a diehard, along with the free shirt and the discounts, all events and stuff you get, because this is a diehard only draft guide, but the amount of information you get is incredible. The fact that we first talked about this, I think, like even before the draft back in the spring, that maybe we could get this out during college football season. So I am excited as somebody who loves to watch college football on a Saturday, just have this up on my iPad or desktop or whatever. You can even get it on your phone. And just see, hey, I'm watching Oregon right now, and there's like 10 dudes that are already probably in this draft guide because Oregon's loaded right now, Fran. But this is awesome. Speaks to all your amazing hard work. I love the comps that are in there too. We got a column just for comps. So nice job. And I see you also got a newsletter, allcitynetwork.com/all-draft-NFL. If you go there, you can sign up for it. And this part's free, a free draft newsletter that's going to go out every Friday.
Every Friday. So if you want to get an email from me, whatever's on my mind when it comes to the draft, whether it's players that I've just studied, matchups to watch for this weekend in college football, team needs, literally whatever's going on in my mind from an NFL draft standpoint, I'll put it in an email to you. You'll get every week.
So while you're here, you heard some of us, we were talking about this a little bit. What do you think about the Bears draft class so far if we back up to the spring and who they took just a few months ago?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a little bit of mixed results early on. I think we still have to give them a little bit of leeway, but I would say, like, I've seen some good things from Luther Burden. I know that the role has kind of shifted over the course of, just from a playing time standpoint. He's playing behind a couple of pretty talented receivers at the moment. But I'll be interested to kind of get your thoughts. Where are you guys at right now with Colston Loveland? I know the injury was an issue. What have you gotten so far from Colston Loveland through 7 weeks?
I'll sum this up for the show right now, Fran, and that's that they should have drafted Tyler Warren. That's where we're at.
Well, I mean, just look at the production. Now, Colston's been dealing with injuries, but that's part of the evaluation too. I mean, he was hurt as they drafted him, but you got 33 catches, 400 whatever yards. Warren has ahead of here. It's 439, and I think that Loveland right now is at 8 catches for 78.
Yeah, and that's what, I think when you're looking at the health of the Indianapolis passing game and what they're doing out there with Shane Steichen has been impressive, and what they've done so far. And I think that there's a little bit of a factor at play there, whereas Caleb Williams is still coming along. So I think that certainly has something to do with it. He also has Cole Kmet that he's vying for targets with, and then the injury. But yeah, I mean, I had Warren ahead of Loveland back in the spring, so I personally would have taken Loveland. I heard you guys talking a little bit about Ozzie Trapillo as well. He went a little bit earlier than I anticipated. I had a swing backup grade on Trapillo when he was coming out of Boston College this spring, but I loved the Luther Burden pick, and there was a couple other picks thrown in there from Chicago that I did like.
Were you a Manon guy? I forget.
Yeah, I liked him as like a back end roster. I was actually just looking through my final report on him before I jumped on with you guys, just as a refresher. And one of the things that I wrote was you block it up for 4, he's going to give you 4. Like he's not going to be a create your own yardage type of back, but as like a dirty work, like goal line short yardage, play special teams, helping pass pro. Like that's kind of how I envisioned him. Do you guys, based off what you've seen so far, do you think he could be more than that in 2026, 2027?
Yeah, he's made some guys miss at times, but more from like a not like shifty left right, more of a an ability to break some tackles.
He's got a little wiggle.
He's got a little wiggle.
He's got a little wiggle. He's got puts the foot in the ground.
But I think Fran, the I don't know how much you saw of the game against the Saints the other day, but what they finally got out of the running game in that game with sort of a 1-2 punch. I don't want to call it thunder and lightning because it's not really that, but more of a 1-2 punch with 2 different running backs. In fact, Ben Johnson even said yesterday that he doesn't feel like he's calling different run plays for these 2 guys, that they can pretty much run the same thing with either one of them, and they were both very productive in that game.
Yeah, I think that at the end of the day, he wants to be able to run the football on their terms, and so anytime if they can get to that level, I think that's only going to help Caleb Williams and certainly that pass game, just kind of keep them ahead of the sticks, keep them on schedule. When I've seen the best versions of the Ben Johnson offense, typically they're able to stay ahead of the sticks in that way.
Yeah. All right. Well, you just brought up the fact that you were watching Jadarian Price tape here yesterday, and as a Bears fan and a Notre Dame football fan, last week, my football teams last weekend combined for 528 rushing yards. The Notre Dame had over 300 rushing yards between Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price, who Bears fans have their eye on both. Obviously, Love is the one Bears fans have been talking about for feels like a year and a half now. So what are you seeing out of both those backs, but specifically since you dove into the tape on Jadarian Price, what are you seeing out of him? And is it fair to suggest he could potentially be the better NFL prospect because of his body structure?
I think that both guys are really explosive and have that big play potential. I do love what Love brings to the table. I think that he is a little bit more of a well-rounded back. I think when you look at Price, he certainly has that lightning capability. Like if you want to talk about thunder lightning, he brings the lightning for sure. And this guy is explosive as all get out. He's got the ability to impact as a receiver, as a runner out in space. And then we know as a returner as well. We saw that on Saturday. He has another kick return touchdown from earlier this year as well. Honestly, as I was watching him, the comp that I had, and this guy ended up going in the first round, was Felix Jones. When Felix Jones was at Arkansas, paired up with Darren McFadden, and it just happened that he was in a great backfield as well at the college level. But I think when you're looking at Price, he excels more in space, and I think that he kind of trends more into the needs space to work, which I would say the same thing about DeAndre Swift. I like what I've seen from Price, though. So far, I'm excited about what I've seen from him. I just think that you can check more boxes with Jeremiah Love. The pass pro, what he is able to do between the tackles. I think the patience and vision is a little bit stronger there as compared to Price, but both of them are really good players. I feel really good about Love in the first round. I think Price, you're probably leaning into day 2, but we'll see. Maybe that changes as we get through the second half of the year.
Fran, you just took me back. I covered the Capital One Bowl with Felix Jones and Darren McFadden.
I believe that
was back when Wisconsin won games. That was a fun time. My team's only scored 10 points in the month of October.
Yeah.
So that's...
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Notre Dame set their all-time program record for rushing yards in a game. Notre Dame football. I mean, that's not easy to do. 300 yards rushing. It was quite the show they put on against USC.
Fran, I know you got to run to our friends over at DMVR. Appreciate you jumping on, and I can't wait to have the draft guide open or database open this weekend for college football. Looking forward to the newsletter on Friday.
Appreciate it, guys. Excited to hopefully we'll talk more soon.
Fran, good to see you.
Phenomenal.
Fantastic. Franimal. It's just in the offseason, he growls even heavier. The guy's unbelievable. 2026 is out. You think that, all the other draft guys, have they put anything out like that, Hoge? Huh?
Yeah, I'm sure there's other guys.
No,
doing
no one's done it.
Speaking of
but
other-
no one's published it. This is what we can take
Ahead of the curve.
right. I mean, and
What up, Brugler?
and we've
Yeah.
cornered the market
Lazy.
on the interactive data. You know, you get access behind the scenes as
Slacker.
we build this thing. That's what's cool about it.
Super cool.
So
That's right.
and it's changed.
Brugler's probably on a beach right now, just hanging out. Fran's out here writing
Fran flexing on Brugler.
500 words a day, Fran.
Brugler's too busy taking shots at my head coach for not allowing scouts into their practices.
Speaking of
Which he's
bad
right about.
Speaking
He's
of
100%.
bad takes Carmen's had, we can go through a few of these.
I have a segment to do on the
CJ
quarterback.
Stroud, you gonna come off the CJ Stroud hill?
Nope.
You harass
Nope.
the chat for
Harass
2
the
years about how they should have drafted
Listen.
CJ Stroud and now he sucks.
Listen, Clay.
You gonna own that?
Listen, Claypool.
You gonna own the
Trapillo,
CJ?
Let me know when you get something right over there, boiler up.
And this is why Hoge is sitting in the middle. He's going to separate them.
It's uncomfortable. Yeah.
No, it's a good
I got
spot.
the Washington game right. Which means I now lead all of CHGO Bears team in picking games since we started this
No,
4
you
years
don't.
ago. Yes, I do.
We were tied.
Correct. I didn't want to add in the fact that we're tied, but I lead. And I've led for more weeks than
You
you,
don't
so
lead.
I hold
You're
the
tied.
I lead.
If the score is 10-10, you don't lead. You are tied.
I'm just saying
Who you picking this week?
well, we got to find out what Lamar's doing.
Okay. You're gonna pick against the Bears if Lamar plays?
We've got things to do now. Or do you want to go over some more of your bad takes?
Donnie just outed you for being a huge Kevin White guy.
Which
No,
one
I
was it?
wasn't.
I bet you were. Why don't you talk about your Mitch Trubisky takes? Let's go through those.
You're also a huge White guy. That too. At the same time.
Listen, anybody who's ever put on a Bears uniform is the greatest player in the history of the world. Just ask Braggs. He'll tell you.
Johnny Wana says Hogue looks like he wants to let them fight. I kind of do sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
No,
fun.
me and Braggs
But,
are.
actually, right now, I'd like to get in my ODK segment that I spent my
Ja'Cory
morning on.
Krosky Merritt,
Uh,
60 yards against the Bears.
yeah, he's terrible. Offense, defense, kicking. Let's go. ODK.
Today we're focusing on the offense. We're going to talk about Caleb Williams. You know, there are actually a lot of areas of growth, but I'm surprised by the accuracy issue. So I kind of just want to. This is just us kind of walking through some of the accuracy issues that showed up in different areas, even just early on in the game. So this is actually a completion, but I want to show you why even accuracy on balls that are completed sometimes matters. So this is the over to Cole Kmet, who is in the green route here. So Cole Kmet at the top of your screen.
Really well designed play by Ben Johnson.
Colston Loveland goes in motion, and then he is actually just blocking down here on the end. You got this clear out route going this way, and Rome just going towards the sideline. So this is going to create space for Cole Kmet to come over as your quarterback is just coming straight out and then booting. So throwing on the run, which we've seen in the past, Caleb do really, really well. I like this play design. I like getting him on a boot. I like getting him on the move to a wide open completion here to Cole Kmet. So it's just better to see from the end zone angle. So we're going to do that. So the ball is already out here at this point. You see it, and good point, Carm. Well-designed play to get open into all of this space. And there's the point here is that as this ball comes in and is completed on the run, there should be more room for Cole Kmet to pick up another 5 to 10 yards, right? Ideally, in this situation.
Sure.
Look at where he catches it, though. He has to go. And now, I actually think it's a little debatable on actually if Cole had to go down to catch this, but I understand why he did. Remember, this is early in the game. It was still a little slick.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
that's important context.
It is. It's a little slick, so I don't blame Cole for going down to kind of just make sure this is a catch.
100%.
So I actually think it's a great play. But maybe in a drier game, maybe if you're playing indoors, you might take a little bit more of a risk and just try to pluck the ball down towards your hip or your knees and continue to run with it if you can't. But that being said, if the quarterback can put this pass more out here instead of here, then Cole is able to catch it in stride and pick up maybe 5-10 as he probably goes out of bounds because, this DB is coming in and, and we know Cole. We love Cole. He's probably not making that guy missing and running for a touchdown or anything.
No, he's running over him.
But
He's trucking him.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
But I would say if we're going to be critical about not getting more yards after the catch on this, I put that more on Cole than I do on Caleb but I also am completely in agreement with you that they had to make sure they, secure the catch because of the weather conditions. That being said, he put it in his chest. Cole chose to slide.
Yeah, but Greg, you okay? First of all, okay.
Somebody get him an RC.
Let's not make excuses. I guarantee you, they're in the film room going, Caleb, if this ball is here instead of here, this is a catch and run. It is not an accurate pass. It just isn't. And we need to acknowledge that. Now, this is another one that kind of got overlooked. I think we all saw this in the moment, but everybody correctly and rightfully so focused on the nonsense that was happening here with Colston Loveland, who is doing his job perfectly. This is not offensive pass interference and should not have been called. That being said, if we can ignore that for a second, another well-designed play here by Ben Johnson. This whole thing is designed to go to DeAndre Swift on a wheel route. And there is another player back here off the screen, which I'll show you in a second. But this could have been a touchdown in a world in which the refs actually knew what they were doing and where Caleb throws a better ball. So we go to the next slide. This is the point where DeAndre catches the ball. And he's going this way out of bounds instead of upfield because of the ball placement from Caleb Williams on this play. And again, kind of easier to see from the end zone angle, but you can see right here, this is right after the catch. DeAndre Swift's momentum has taken him out of bounds. It almost looked like they ruled this incomplete on the field, which I'm not sure if they did or they were just blowing the whistle or not, but it ended up not mattering because of the flag.
And on this particular throw, too, I thought Caleb put too much air on it. If it was a little bit more of a bullet pass, DeAndre Swift could have caught it and had time to get his momentum shifted and go upfield.
I mean, if this ball, again, is over here going upfield, Swift is catching this in stride with one guy to beat. And he makes that guy miss, it is a touchdown. Well, it would have been if not for this idiotic thing laying on the field.
Yeah, that was not a good call. It wasn't a great throw, and there was a lot of room there. This does feel fixable? I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to get at. These are small margins. This isn't me picking on Caleb. This is the NFL. This is stuff Lance Briggs was talking about yesterday. This is the NFL. You're the number one overall pick. This goes to what you were talking about, Greg, earlier in the show, that you expected these things to be a little bit more clean early on in his career. But here, I'm going to get to the next play, and then I'm going to kind of give the summary because I know people are probably panicking by me even bringing this stuff up, but I am optimistic.
There's no panic. Bears fans are very calm and grounded.
So, all right, this is the interception, and I'm raising my hand right now even though you can't see me on the camera. I was wrong about this live. I thought that this was a late throw, and that was the problem, and that he was locked too much in on Rome Odunze, and there might have been other open guys. Now, the checkdowns were open, but remember, this was like 3rd and 17, I want to say, and this was after the penalty, the bad penalty that should have been called on Loveland that was, so it's unfortunate they were even in this situation. But top of the screen, green route from Rome Odunze, that's where this ball goes, just sort of a deep corner. That 50-yard line here, this is exactly where the sticks are off the screen, okay? So that's where we want this ball to ideally go. This is where Rome is running to. You get the short, fast motion from Olamide Zaccheaus. It's really just a clear out.
Yeah, I definitely thought this was late as well.
Yeah, I thought it was late too. And I'm going to show you why it wasn't, though. We go to the next slide. This is where Caleb is letting go of the ball. This is anticipation. Look at where Rome is. He hasn't even gone to his break here. This was actually an anticipatory throw. And while there's not a ton of space here with the DB, there's enough space if the ball placement is where it needs to be. That's the big thing. Let's go to the next one. Here's your ball flying through the air. If this thing goes to the sticks, right to the sticks, which is where Rome is running to right now, This defensive back is not getting there. Rome's got that position. If that ball's thrown right to the sticks, Rome catches this, goes out of bounds, it's a first down. And the timing is actually fine. This is one of those moments where I wish I could show you the video. Of course, we can't. That's the usual disclaimer we give you. Instead of the ball being here, it's back here. You could see Rome is actually backpedaling because it ends up being a back shoulder throw, which brings the DB back into play. Again, we go back to the end zone angle. So because the ball came in back here, he brought the DB back into play at the spot, whereas if it had been thrown out here, which is where the route was supposed to go, there's more space. Rome probably catches it and goes out of bounds. So I was wrong watching this live. I thought it was a late throw. I thought he sat on it, and instead, it was the accuracy when you really watch it on film. So these little things, this isn't off by much on any of these 3 plays.
Some of his best throws have actually been that route where he has fired it out there, and very few QBs could make that throw. And this time it just didn't happen.
So that brings me to, and Stephen, we're done with the video, so you can bring us back on camera. But I just want to make this very clear as we close up this segment. If you're watching this or even listening to the podcast version of and just being like, well, they're picking on him, well, what? No, this is what is expected of you. It's what Ben Johnson expects of him as high expectations. And now let me get to some of the good stuff, which is what you kind of got to, Carm. Like, these are well-designed plays.
Yep.
And he's only off by a little. And we know he can do it. We've seen him do it. We've seen him make those throws on the run a million times, whether it's college or last year in his rookie year. Okay, we have seen the wheel routes connect and have plenty of room to run. And even that third down throw, that interception, once I got to see the tape and watch it closer and realized, no, he wasn't late. He was actually perfect in his footwork, his progressions, and his decision-making on a money down, a hard money down where they're behind the sticks. It's just the throw was off. Otherwise, the timing, the anticipation, everything else was great. So it's almost like, I don't want to say throwing accurate footballs is easy, but I see him doing a lot of the harder stuff better this season. And in a weird way, the easier stuff, the cadence, the pre-snap, the stuff that should be easier, the accuracy that we've seen him have many, many times at every level of football this kid has played in, that's the part that's been off. But that's what tells me it's going to get better. That's what still gives me a lot of optimism that as they continue to rep this stuff, reps, he has the coaching. They have coaching across the board. This is a great coaching staff. He's in such a better position. He has the weapons. This stuff will get better overall. And it's not going to be linear. We've already seen that this season. He had a great game against the Cowboys. He had a pretty good game against the Commanders. In between, it dipped a little against the Raiders. It dipped a lot the other day against the Saints. But as long as when we get to the end of the season, it's up here compared to down here where it started, then you can call the 2025 Bears season a success for Caleb Williams. And I am still optimistic that that's how it's going to end.
Yeah, I mean, my faith lies in Ben Johnson, and I think he's shown here through these 6 games, not just as a play caller and somebody that can scheme guys open, but what we've seen through training camp and these 6 games shows that he is willing to develop a young quarterback, and we're seeing it in real time. And so it's a step-by-step process, and there's going to be times where they take a step back. But I fully expect this Sunday, if you watch the way this coaching staff has addressed certain issues week to week that are clear as day, whether that's left tackle or the run game or the defense, every week it just seems like as a team they take a next step time and again. And so I actually expect Caleb Williams to have a really good game here on Sunday against the Ravens, weather permitting.
Quickly, 2 comments I want to address here. I don't know how to say that. I'm something food. Scroll up. Last year, his deep ball was bad, and his on-the-run throwing was good. This year, it's flipped. That means he's done both well now. Now he needs time to marry them. I agree. The deep ball accuracy has been better this year. This team leads the league in explosive plays. Now, a lot of those are runs, too. But that's a legit point. And then there was another comment there saying he's not playing within the system. He's playing playground football. It was farther down, Steven. I actually completely 100% disagree with that. I think he is playing within the system. Last year was the playground football. He's been in the pocket in structure way more this season. It's just we're seeing the accuracy at times get away within that structure. So, but it's getting better as a whole. Reminder to become a diehard, right, Carm?
Yeah, become a diehard as we get to the top of the hour here. Appreciate it. Great way to support the show. It's also just a very, very core part of our business, so we really appreciate when people do it. Plus, we try to make it as basically free for you as possible, giving you a free T-shirt in the door and discount on all our merch, discount on all our events. Come on out on Sunday, by the way, to Joe's on Weed Street. $10 to get in. Braggs is going to make it worth your while, as will I, as will Hoge, as will Corey Wooten, as will Lance Brigg. That's going to be a ton of fun. Really looking forward to Sunday. I'm trying to bring out every single one of my friends, so hopefully I'll get 3 people there. Okay.
I'll take the under.
Look, it's going to be close. But so I do, my biggest wonder right now is how steep is the roller coaster going to be? Because Ben does put in a lot of plays each week. So Caleb really, and the offense as a whole, they're really going to have to be dialed in on the grind of the season. It is not easy playing quarterback for Ben Johnson, and he's also going to, if you are on your P's and Q's, it actually will start to get easy because he is going to create wide open plays like the play that we watched that Hoge went through today in his ODK, because that was a great play with Cole Kmet. Here he's running free. Most quarterbacks are going to be able to make that throw, and he's leaning into Caleb's what he's good at. It was really, I just thought, a great underlining of a quarterback and a coach understanding a quarterback and setting him up for success. But he's going to, like, whatever happened this week, I was very confused by it, because last week, no false start penalties. This week, 5 of them all across the offensive line. I don't want to re-say everything that we said.
You know what, though? I will say, going back watching the film, I don't know. I think fewer of them were on Caleb than I thought. I mean, Theo just went. He just moved. That's just an offsides on a tackle. The
fact that him and the center are not on the same point, and Drew Dahlman's been around this long, has me scratching my head.
My guess is one of the center exchanges was on Dahlman, one of them was on Caleb. If you watch the one where Dahlman never let go of the ball, he's the only one that's moving. And Caleb's clearly not ready for the ball, and it's not like anybody else on the offensive line is jumping. It seems like Dahlman was in the wrong on that one.
Maybe so. It's still, whatever it is, those two should be on the same page. And Ben said yesterday, we're not going to point the finger at anyone. Fine. Look, the talent's there. We've said it a million times. It's just, can you dial into the rudimentary things that you need to do each week to get yourself off the ground to be successful? I think that, more and more you're seeing I think a mature guy up there as far as dealing with the media, so I'm assuming it's going on behind the scenes. I wouldn't take any chips off the table on Caleb. Not a one.
No, I mean, still got a long way to go. It'll be fun to watch.
Maybe one.
Yeah, maybe.
I want some chips right now.
Chips would be good.
Yeah.
Do
we
have
get to our fun D block that we have playing?
We do have a very fun D block, and we're in D block right now. Do you want to start that off, and then I can get into what's really important?
What do you have that's important?
It is partly tennis, yes, and I'm sending you something right now that I meant to send earlier. There you go.
This is like the Target one. I don't want it.
Well, first I want to ask Steven if he has an update on the investigation. There's been a lot of accusations. Steven threatened the entire company last night in our Slack, which I thought was aggressive but cool.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing one of those stick and basket type things with blueberry lemonade Starbucks drink underneath it, and the second they grab it, I pull the stick out and capture the person. So that is on the docket for me. I'm compiling a longer list of possible suspects.
Yeah.
And we're gonna stay up to date with this. We're gonna see who did it.
I think there's been too much focus on the flavor.
I think the flavor's
people
important.
Keep bringing up blueberry lemonade.
Here's why.
Like, it's an energy drink. It just happens to be Starbucks version. Everybody drink. Don't act like you don't drink energy drinks.
I don't want to give away too much because I do have a little bit more that I could do on the digging on this, but there's a blueberry flavored Mike's Hard Lemonade in the fridge right now. And I'm wondering who brought in a blueberry flavored drink. And maybe that person has a certain inkling for blueberry.
Likes a blueberry.
Yeah, and maybe that person, when I see that
our guy
drink.
Derek, who was the one with the iRacing CHGO car that he races. Yeah, he's always in the chat. He tweeted at us earlier. He said, "So wait, Adam Hoge got his desk stolen, and now somebody stole a Starbucks drink. This is sabotage. I think we got a case on our hands. I believe Carm did it."
Well, I did give away Hoge's desk because I didn't think that Hoge deserved his own desk, and that's not exactly accurate. I just thought that the sales guy deserved it more than Hoge deserved it because these guys are the one that put food in our mouths. But I probably overstepped my bounds, and so I apologize. But I didn't steal your coffee.
I accept all of that, and I accept your apology. And I've moved back to the first desk that I also had stolen from
I
you.
don't accept his apology because I still think it was interesting that he said the flavor was bad yesterday.
Yeah, how
Interesting.
did you know that?
Interesting.
Little telling.
Well, I am wondering how far we're gonna go. If we're really gonna, are we gonna get an actual answer to this and an apology on the show?
I actually think we know the answer, and I hope
do?
people understand that this is all a bit, not that serious.
Oh, okay.
Because we sometimes have that problem here.
Yeah. Well, more importantly, tonight's a big night.
It is?
Yeah. The Bears, they started out 0-2. I started out 0-4. And, I've won my last two. That's right. I am
tennis.
I am talking about my tennis league.
Okay.
And I am talking about myself. But I know that everybody's rooting for me. I know that Donnie's got my back like more so than anybody. I know that Steve 34 and Brad and Nagy and I'm Wim or I'm Worm or whatever that thing says. You're all with me tonight when I take on another nemesis. His name is Paul Drake. He's a Steelers fan. He's from Australia, and he's had my number recently, but I've gotten him before, and so we're trying to get to 3 and 4 tonight. And it's a 9 o'clock start, and you're all welcome to come out. I might have to. Maybe I'll live stream it on carmnation.com.
Yeah.
Is that a good idea? Thank you.
You could try. I won't watch, but
Man,
sounds cool.
I've been getting loose all morning, and we're going to continue the
Not
process.
according to the way you got up and got that Jack Sanborn jersey earlier. You need a lot more work.
Well, see, I can't sit for very long at this age, Hoge. It's the way it is.
You hear that? He's getting closer to retirement.
I mean, anything we can do to expedite that process.
Just keep picking him up at the tailgates and slamming in him with puddles of water.
Yeah.
That'll help. Are you done?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. Well, can
We're
we?
rooting for
You got my photo there, Steven, or no? Okay, we can do that last. It's a good one.
Okay. Well, I have.
It's in Slack.
Was it about tennis or something else?
It's something else. Go ahead. Get the dog in here.
Okay. Yeah, we did want to give a shout out to one of our awesome listeners. We view everybody here as family, and all of us love animals and dogs. So this one saw this. I wish I knew his name's not really on. It's at Hickler12 though is the Twitter handler. And said, yesterday I laid the biggest four-legged Bears fan to rest for his long nap. He rode the highs and lows with me for years. Fought till the end like a true Bears fan. Can you show Onyx some love? Cheers. Oh, Hickey. That's what he goes by. Okay. This is Onyx the dog.
Hey, buddy.
And I am with you because I've said this before. I've had cats my entire life since I was a kid. My wife and I got a dog. We had the dog for 7 years. And we kind of had a love-hate relationship, me and that dog. When that dog passed away, I was a mess for 2 weeks. And I was shocked that I felt that way, honestly. So anytime anybody loses an animal, I feel for you. So thoughts are with you, Hickey.
Hey, Hickey, you're the man for bringing it to us. We appreciate the support. And we all know, anybody who's had a dog just knows there's no better feeling than when you come home and you know that dude, for whatever reason, is always excited to see you. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
It is a cheat code for life.
Have you ever seen Norm Macdonald's bit on Hitler's dog?
No. Odd turn.
Well, his point is, as bad as Hitler was, obviously as a human, the dog still loved him. Because that's what dogs do.
Yeah.
They don't have any
That's
idea
true.
what else is happening in life.
No, they're in.
It's just classic Norm
No
Macdonald.
matter how bad if you're the worst person that's ever walked the face of the earth, the dog's still gonna love you. It's a true story.
It's what dogs do, and we feel you. Thoughts are with you, Hickey. All right, last thing I have for you. I just thought I'd have some fun with this. I think we could all relate to this. Anybody watching the show loves sports, right? I would think so. We all have our families, our wives, our significant others, work to juggle, and the sports games we want to watch. And I don't know about you guys. Typically on any given night, I drop the ball on one of those things.
Yep.
Right?
For sure.
So I think last night I'd have to put my top 5 father/husband/work/sports performances.
Okay.
It was a lot.
That's impressive, Hoge.
So here's how it went down.
Yeah.
I got home.
Yeah.
Thank you, whoever got the Kennedy construction done. You have added to the productivity in my life immensely. So I got home, had time to watch the Ravens-Chiefs game real quick.
Okay.
We were in Vegas. The Raiders game was going on. So I actually hadn't really seen much of that
Vegas.
game. You're still in Vegas. Well, the Ravens did play the Chiefs that week. It was the last time Lamar Jackson was healthy, so I thought it would be a good tape to watch. I watched that. Managed to go on a family walk. After that,
4 lot? Everyone's walking? Family walk?
James was on his bike.
Okay.
Livy was on her little push bike thing.
But
And we walked. as a
mom,
family.
dad, 2 kids, everybody was there?
So we got the family time. We played a little soccer with Livy.
Good work.
I made dinner.
You made dinner.
And here's why. Here I brought some for you.
You did?
I did. When this show's over, I have some sausage and peppers with a little spaghetti.
Who is this guy?
This is what I'm talking about. I was a machine yesterday.
I mean, extended family now benefiting from Family Hoge.
Who needs Starbucks energy drinks?
Who does?
Taking that out of my life may be better.
There you-
So I need to thank the suspect, whoever he is.
Okay.
She. Made dinner while the Bucks-Lions game was on. Bonus points for you sometimes if you eat in the dining room away from the TV. Your wife likes that. So we even got that part in there.
Okay.
Didn't miss too much of the game. Cleaned up, got the kids to bed, managed to get down in the basement, had a 3-box going with the ALCS. Again, shout out to Major League Baseball for some reason putting Game 7 against 2 Monday Nighters. But I did catch the end of the ALCS, only the last 2 innings.
You were there for the Springer Dinger?
I did. I missed the Springer Dinger.
That was a good dinger.
But I did have the end on. I saw the Blue Jays celebrate. That was cool. Monday Night Football, obviously. By then, the Seahawks game was on. Again, shout out to Major League Baseball. I know it wasn't planned this way, but you had the Seahawks and the Mariners playing at the same time. Mariners have never made the World Series, had a chance, but good job. And then you're going to love this part. The third game I had going on was Winnipeg Jets, Calgary Flames. And it just timed out perfectly that I got to see Jonathan Taves score his first goal in 2.5 years.
Wow, Hoge.
And that was awesome. So shout out to Taves, the captain.
What about after Taves?
We're still early in the night, boys.
Okay.
Watch the end of that hockey game. It was a great game. Jets won. Now we're solo on the second Monday night game. Sat there, worked on my power rankings. Again, got some work back in there. Got the power rankings coming out probably tomorrow. Might even come out early.
Flip back in Steven level. Now you've hit Steven level.
That's probably why I think it's Wednesday, because I'm way ahead on things. And then I stayed up to see, I don't know if you guys saw this, the Houston Texans made the same exact mistake that the Chicago Bears did in week 1 against the Vikings.
Which was what?
2:04 on the clock, fourth quarter. They have 1 timeout left. They're kicking off. They cannot let the ball get returned or they blow the 2-minute warning. They blew it. They kicked it in, returnable ball. Seahawks returned it, didn't have the 2-minute warning. Inexcusable. What's even worse about it, though, is I don't think it was called to kick it out of bounds or kick it out of the back of the end zone. He kicked it like he was just trying to pooch it for a return. Whereas Cairo tried, he just didn't get the ball there.
Late night Hoge, upset at special teams is my favorite.
Yes, this is what I'm talking about.
It's my favorite Hoge.
So we've checked all the boxes, but there was a bonus right at the end. I was holding on for dear life 3 points up with Kenneth Walker in the fourth quarter going against me. Just needed him to not get 3 points. And by virtue of the Texans blowing that kick, helping me out a little bit, time coming off the clock, we got the fantasy matchup into. We got the victory. We started 0-4 just like Carman tennis. We're now 3-4. We're back in. Season back on. What a performance by everybody involved last night.
I got eliminated last night in the Guillotine League. Congratulations to you. That was
Can I
painful.
just say-
We got to go, Braggs.
Can I just say that was the biggest waste of time? I do not care about any of
No
that.
sausage and peppers and spaghetti for Braggs.
I loved it all.
I was reading this graphic
We
about
gotta
how
go.
the Bears have the most big plays through week 7. I know you just said that, Hoge, but I was like dissecting the numbers, and we will talk about that tomorrow because there's some really interesting things.
Actually, that graphic's going to be on Hogan Johns tomorrow. Johns claimed it.
I listened to the whole thing, unlike Gregory.
27 rushes of 10
Blackhawks
plays or
coming
more.
up at the bottom of the hour. We'll see you tomorrow.
21 passes.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Hogue will be at Hallis. I'll be here. Gregory will be invited as well.
He's muted, so just keep talking.
Okay, and Torian, I'm going to put that on my. I'm going to think about you tonight, Torian, when I get out there versus Drake. We'll see you tomorrow. Great show. Do we have one more picture or do we not? Do we have it? Do we have it? Do we have it? Do we have it? We have a $5 super chat from Jason and Michelle. Super excited to see what Caleb develops into in 2 or 3 more years when you finally have enough time to analyze this QB play versus the draft class. All right.
Hey, for all the dads out there, use that segment as motivation for you. Don't do what Greg just did and ignore it.
Yeah, and
the blueprint is out there for you. You can do it.
And
I believe in you.
Shout out to Caleb last night for getting to the United Center, hanging out with Adam Sandler.
I'm jealous.
That's gotta help him this week. Look at those two just hanging out like besties. I love it. Good job. Rome was there too. Go Bears. Have a great rest of your day. Hogue in the middle for the victory. Somebody continue to keep Greg muted. The show just to a whole other level. We'll see you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.